Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Thanks for stopping by today.
Hi, if you missed me, I was at the shore. I try to hang on to every bit of summer. I know fall is a great time and it's great for decorating, but I feel a little bad because I love summer, but I'm holding on. But anyway, I came home and it was a very big surprise because for those of you who know Joe, he doesn't do anything the same ever. So it's always like a little bit of a surprise where I'm always very predictable.
Yeah, so today, anyway, in today's video, we're going to be working on the top of the china closet. We're sitting here in the dining room right now, so I'm going to be just doing a video on the top of the china closet. But a lot of you had asked me what Marianne was thinking about the living room with the vintage, what did I call it? The fantasy vineyard, the fall fantasy vineyard. So today was actually the first day she really saw it.
Saw it in person. I saw it on a YouTube video. And as I said, always in my whole life, I always would laugh because I'd say to Joe, he never does anything the same. He always will look to change things, change it up a bit. A lot of times repurposing most of the, like a lot of stuff that we already have, but he always puts a twist on it. But what was funny was I said, okay, purple pumpkins, but you know what? We had a friend years ago that he would always say, the world is alive with color, and that's exactly how we felt, like the world is alive with color. I mean, if you go to a lot of the stores, they have blue pumpkins, and I love blue, so I would like that as well. So, and today we have purple on with matching, but it was not deliberate. It was just, I just noticed it when we were sitting next to each other. So anyway.
Yeah, so in this room, I'm going to do Under the Tuscan Sun, which I don't know, I think Tuscany always, she's laughing already, Tuscany always lends itself to the fall, what I think anyway, those saturated colors and stuff like that. And I'm going to be using a lot of yellow and green in here. I'm not going to use orange in here either. I've done a Tuscan theme in here before. I'm doing it a little bit different this time. But I'm putting sunflowers, which Marianne is not crazy about the sunflowers, but we have them and they're yellow and it is what it is.
No, I don't mind them. I just, I mean, I have preferences. Some things I really like, some things I don't. And you know what? And like a lot of people will do the fall where they do white. All the pumpkins are white. And, to me, I mean, it looks nice, but would I want it? No. But again, we change everything. We enjoy everything. Like, you know what? If that's something you like, I might go there. It might not be something that I would do, but I enjoy seeing it in someone else's home. So that's exactly how we think.
Yeah. So, today, what I've been doing over the past couple of days...
And believe me, I have to, for real, you never know what you're going to get with Joe because he can tell me one thing, we're going to do this, and all of a sudden I come and it's completely different. So
I've been looking on YouTube at what has been getting a lot of hits and what people seem to like, and I'm always kind of amazed. I'm not going to talk about anybody. I'm not saying anybody's names either, but it's kind of weird. Like you'll have somebody that takes a pumpkin and puts it in the middle of a table, and then that's it. They're done, and they have 250,000 clicks on that video. And I always say to Marianne, I don't get it. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So a lot of times when Marianne says that, I go overboard and it's not something that somebody can do or that somebody would want to do. And because of that reason, I don't get a lot of hits. And I always tell her, no, it's because I'm an old man and people don't want to see that. But
he's very opinionated. No, I'm teasing. Anyway, what we're trying to say is, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I used to say this to you all the time. I would say, Joe, people don't know what that means. So if you say a subscription, I would think it costs money. There's no money. It doesn't cost a cent. It just will let you know.
Yeah, my sister-in-law's not even subscribed. She just asked today, what does it mean? It's like, okay.
So because a subscription sounds like you have to pay. And by the way, let me remind you of something. I got snagged. And we just did that video. Okay. I know it's a different video, but I got snagged with... Scammed again. Well, kind of a scam. Me, that's given the video suggestion, so it just will bring that up to you.
All right, so anyway...
So be surprised because Joe is live.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Can I just tell him the one thing?
Go ahead.
All right. One year, it was Christmas time, and I was was it Christmas or no?
Christmas.
Maybe it was. Wasn't it the summer? Anyway, I went to show. We have a couple bedrooms, and some of the bedrooms, because we, have 4 or 5 bedrooms house. So we don't go. I don't go into the bedrooms all the time. And I was showing somebody the house. And anyway, when I went open the door, I was just as surprised as the person I was showing, because I was away for the weekend, and when I came back, Joe repainted the room, changed the structure of the room, put the bed in the corner. So I was like, whoa. And the person went, oh, you're acting so surprised. I said, I am surprised because this wasn't like what it was a few minutes ago. So anyway, and then also if Joe sees something or if he feels like I don't like it or he's not happy with it, so we might be here today and then tomorrow or 3 days later, all of a sudden you come down and it's,
it'll be gone.
It'll be changed, definitely changed.
Yeah.
So he does have, and again, not saying anything because I don't have that ability. He looks at things and sees it in a different way than a lot of people do. So he has that very
well, what I was trying to tell people
knack.
in the last video as well as this one, look at things kind of. I'll look at something kind of like as a painting or as if it's a still life or a photograph, and I put that in my mind, and then from that I create. It's that, like, I'm so happy when people tell me that I sparked a memory of, like somebody said, the grapes reminded them of sitting in their grandfather's yard underneath the grapevines, and me too, the same thing, and Mary Ann too, same thing. That's our heritage and stuff like that. So obviously that all plays into the design. So again, I'm not a typical decorator because I think I look at something, I just look at it a little bit different. I try to pull on memories and things that are meaningful for me and for her. Hopefully she likes it. A lot of times, I'll be honest with you, she does not like what I do.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't care for, no, that's not true. It's something that I wouldn't, how everybody sees something and they see it in a different way. So again, something that I might find very attractive. Like I'm a blue person. I love everything blue. Joe is more brown. So you know what I'm saying? Brown. He's more brown and orange. I'm more blues, yellows, I think, kind of, right? Mm-hmm. So it's whatever you like. But it's not that, again, what I'm saying to you is it's not something that I don't enjoy. And I actually like it. But it's kind of funny, as I said, I grew up where, for me, and I did most of the decorating, if I put something here and almost 10 years later, you're going to guarantee I'm probably going to put that out, that exact spot. Joe doesn't do that. And a lot of times, that item is completely changed because he painted it or he shellacked it or I don't know, but he changed. I said, wait, isn't that the, whatever it was? And I saw the one video with the grapes that you did. But he didn't really tell you. That was our backsplash, that was
the tiles that
the
I put
tile
on the coffee
with the
table.
grapes. Yeah, that Joe used on that. I was so happy to see that. And of course we changed it after, there was a couple other reasons for that. But you know what? But one of the reasons I think we picked it was because, again, it reminded me so much of my grandfather and father making the wine, and Joe's grandfather and making the wine. So we kind of hit home a little bit, and my cousins would come over and our job was to carry out the wine boxes, if anybody's Italian or I guess anybody who makes wines, those crates. And of course we loved that because we made houses out of it and everything. But it was big mess in the house and it was like always a project. But when we saw that was one of the things we said, oh my God, this is so nice. But again, would not be for everybody, but for us. And again, that was something I really, really liked. And I'm sure there were people who said, wait, why would they put that up?
Our family is very important to us. And that's why, like I usually say it at Christmas, but it's for every holiday. Every one of them is like bittersweet because, we like the holiday but we always think of who's not here anymore or things that we used to do in the past. And again, like Marianne just said, those grapes are just grapes to people. But to us, it's so important because we live that, seeing the grapes and making the wine and thinking of them around the table, laughing and drinking. Yeah. It's part of our life.
And it was always so, and it was not a night. Unfortunately, my cousin passed away. My mother's cousin passed away. One of, my mother's first cousins. And so again, I'm seeing my other cousins that came through. and the one cousin said, "Oh my God, your grandfather was like the Godfather," and I was, and he didn't mean like the Godfather, but he meant that
not a mafia.
Yeah, but when people came in the house, there was that sign of respect that he sat in a certain spot. Everybody went to him. Like even they were going through to see someone else, they would go in to see their parents or whatever, but they would stop there, and you always had to go by my grandfather first to say, because that was very, very, very important. He didn't want you to bring him anything, but you had to go in and acknowledge him and be respectful. And so I mean, it's nice, and it was so funny that he said that, and his kids were listening to it too. And I said, you know what? I was telling Joe, I said, you know what? In a weird way. He was the uncle that was the first uncle that came to the United States, but he was in a weird way. It was like that, the Godfather that everyone went to visit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was nice, and all of that, that family, and this is good because we got purple on, and Joe's giving me the.
I'm just looking at the time. All right, so this is a decorating video. So
sorry,
we're gonna get into the top of the china closet. And I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you stay till the end, and we'll be seeing you really soon.
And please don't forget to subscribe. You might not, if you don't like it, you can just kind of
give me a thumbs up and drop a comment, and that's it.
Okay, yep.
All right.
Okay, take care, and let us know what you think, and if you have any memories that you guys cherish, or
let us know
think
in the
about,
comments
like what was important to you and what you remember with the fall and things like that. All right? Okay. Take care, everybody. It was nice seeing you all.
I'll see you with the Chinese.
I'm still holding on to summer a little bit longer. Bye.
All right, so I'm starting by putting this urn right here, and I'm going to use this as my base for what I'm going to use up here. So, I mean, again, for those of you that know me, you've seen me use this in a variety of places. Sometimes it's hidden, sometimes it's not. Up here, it's going to be kind of hidden, but, it's still back there. All right, so now what I'm using as my base, like I always do, is I'm using some Christmas garland. I filled up this urn, and it's going to be as my base, so I can stick other picks and stuff in there. And I also trailed a couple of pieces out on each side of the top of the hutch here. All right, so I'm going to put in, because it's under the Tuscan sun, and I'm going to put in these giant sunflowers. Take a look how big they are. There's my hand. They are really big. I got these about 3 years ago, I want to say, in the dollar zone, and believe it or not, they were only $2 a piece. So I mean, they're really big, and I wish I would have bought all of them that they had, but of course I didn't. I only bought a few. So I'm going to put these in that urn up there. All right, so that's where I am so far with those. Let me start filling in now. All right, next I gathered some picks that hopefully won't look too wintry up there, if I can disguise them enough. And I have some more sunflowers as well. So I'm going to try to incorporate those picks. All right, so I put a couple of those picks in, and you really can't see that little bit of shine on them that I use in the winter for like a little bit of an icy look. So I just filled in that area a little bit to soften that garland away, and now I'm going to add, I think, some yellow leaves in there. All right, so I'm staying away from orange in here, so I'm going to use yellow leaves, because any accessories I use, I'm using yellow and green, because I'm saving all my orange for another room. So I just got these in, not the Dollar Tree, some other dollar store, I don't know what it was called, and they are basically yellow, so I'm going to use these in that up there. All right, so hopefully you can see I added in those picks. I added in some of the yellow leaves. I cut those apart and scattered them about. And then I added in some smaller sunflowers as well. Okay, so now I'm going to address other areas, and then I'll come back to see what needs to be filled in this arrangement. Right, next, I added in some branches that I got in the yard, and how can you go wrong with branches, right? It's fall. So, I see on the right side I have to adjust one of those over there, or possibly add one. I think I'm going to add one right on that right side over there. So remember, think of it like a painting. So, just keep manipulating until you get what you want. All right, so I added another branch on that right side, and I think I balanced it out now. Right? What do you think? All right, so next I think I'm going to put this apple basket up there because under the Tuscan sun, I'm going to do like a lot of apples and pears and stuff like that. So let's see how that looks up there. I'm going to absolutely have to fill it with garland. I put a tilt on it so it gives it some dimension. And I think I'm going to, I think I want to save the apples and stuff for the table. So I think I'm going to put some pumpkins in there, but not orange ones. All right, so while I'm waiting for my pumpkins to dry, because I had to paint them to be the correct color, I went searching for candle holders for the other side, the opposite of the basket. The basket's on the left side, and I wanted something long and tall on the right side. But it needed to be chunky, and it needed to be right. So what I'm going to use is, I'm actually going to use these because they go with this theme that I'm doing, this under the Tuscan sun kind of look. But it is a vase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a plate on the top here like this. And then I'm going to use this as a candle holder like that. So I'm going to see how that looks. And I'm going to put one taller and one shorter. Okay, so there you go. See what I mean? We needed something long and cylindrical there. So we have the basket on that side that I'm going to have something spilling out of. Then this sunflower arrangement. And then these, which have pears and apples and a couple of grapes on there, and golden color, which kind of like goes in this room, so it balances that out. All right, so there it is. It's done. I'll take a few different angles so you can see it. Here's another angle. See, I painted those pumpkins there, more yellowish. I did put some green. It's those orange pumpkins again. I put on brown, then I put on yellow, then I put on green, and I put on a little bit more yellow. And down here I have the basket with some apples in it, another pumpkin. Okay, so there you go. There's the top of my china closet there. It's a little bit over the top, wouldn't you say? But it's what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and the next one up will be inside the china closet. Okay, everybody, take care. Don't forget, subscribe. It's free. Drop me a comment and give me a thumbs up if you like this. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.